How did you first realize you were actually pretty? As a reformed ugly girl, when someone found me attractive for the first time, I nearly had an aneurysm because I was so used to getting weird looks if I stepped too close to someone. Being unattractive is an automatic ticket to get bullied constantly, and don't even think about being fat because it'll make it 10 times worse. Everyone found my existence hilarious, and it didn't help that I tried to sit down in class, and the chair split in half. My entire class started laughing, and my teacher gave me a dirty look and asked me to make sure I didn't disrupt the class by doing things I knew my body couldn't support. For weeks after that, my classmates would fall off their chairs when I walked by, and every single time, my teacher shook her head at me as if I was creating a disruption. Anytime I tried to sit down, people would start praying loudly that I wouldn't murder another defenseless chair. I was never called by my actual name after that. To them, I was a pig, a whale, an elephant. I was even told I resembled a fictional sky bison named Appa because I was so big back that I carried 5 people on my back. This was all because I had double chins, 30 pounds too fat, and an acne-covered face. My hair couldn't even make up for my face because it was frizzy and in a small bob cut that only made my face look rounder. My thighs were also huge, and I remember looking at the much skinnier, prettier girls with their thigh gaps, wishing I could have that. Instead, I was doomed to wear baggy sweatpants wherever I went, to try and hide my very obvious fatness. I didn't even have any friends because being around me meant you'd be guaranteed to be made fun of. One time, I even tried to learn how to do nails so people would want to talk to me, but I quickly realized that my nails were too brittle to even support acrylics. I couldn't even try to find something as simple as purple nails in common with other girls. And, if things couldn't get worse, my English teacher teamed pairs in my class to work on an assignment, and the guy I was teamed up with, who was also my crush, was almost crying his eyes out, saying that he'd rather quit school than work with a fatso like her. I thought I could escape the bullying once I went to college, but things weren't any better there. My first year of college was a lonely experience because nobody wanted to be friends with me. They looked genuinely grossed out whenever I talked to them and kept their distance from me. In high school, I was treated like garbage and got bullied, and in college, I was invisible. During summer break, I decided to finally make a change because I was tired of being excluded and being made to feel worthless. To be honest, I wanted an easy way out. I wanted to go back to school looking unrecognizable, and I wanted to feel better about myself quickly. I started working out, taking Abi College Elite, and working on my diet. Soon everything fell into place. I wasn't getting my nightly cravings like I used to or eating huge portions of food either. Instead, I got into the habit of knowing when to stop eating, and honestly, I just wasn't as hungry anymore. Since my days weren't filled with stuffing my face, and the pills sped up my metabolism, it became a lot easier to lose weight. In 6 months, I lost my body fat, gained curves from hitting the gym, my acne cleared up, and my hair had gone from my chin and down to my shoulders and was shinier than I'd ever seen it. I found myself staring at myself in the mirror being happy about what I looked like now. I even had to buy new clothes because my old ones were way too baggy on me, and that's when I got my first taste of pretty privilege. I entered the mall in a sweatshirt and hoodie, left a store in a slim dress, and all of a sudden, everyone's eyes were on me, and for the right reasons. I even was able to get my first pair of acrylics because my nail beds were strong enough. When I went to get something to eat after shopping all day, the guy behind the counter was actually flirting with me and asking for my number. This was the first time a guy had ever shown interest in me. He even threw in a free drink just because he thought I was pretty. And when I left the mall, a guy held the door open for me. Usually, guys slammed doors in my face. When I got back home, I decided to post some pictures on Instagram to show off my body, and the amount of people that met me was insane. So many guys from high school texted me asking how I was and if we could meet up because they would love to catch up. My phone was blowing up with all kinds of messages and I felt like a celebrity. All these people being interested in talking to me was so new and exciting. That whole day was a phenomenon to me, and I questioned if I was living in an alternate reality. And the craziest part was that this became my life on a day-to-day basis. If I had known just how deep pretty privilege went, I would have gotten skinny and pretty a lot sooner. Edit. Since everyone is asking, the workout routines I used all came from Lily Sabri. I took Abi Elite pills to suppress my appetite and help my hair grow, and to make sure I was sticking to my diet, I just tracked all my meals on MyFitnessPal.